Every year, millions of people carve pumpkins, wear masks, and wander the night in search of candy. Streets glow orange, laughter echoes through the dark, and for one strange night, the world celebrates fear. But behind the costumes and candy lies something older, much older. A story of bonfires that once burned on sacred hills, of spirits that crossed the veil between life and death, and of strange traditions born from superstition, survival, and ancient belief. Halloween didn't start in haunted houses or Hollywood horror films. It began with fire rituals, stolen skulls, and cursed turnips, symbols of protection against forces no one dared to name aloud. So before you put on your mask this year, let's peel back the centuries and uncover the weirdest Halloween history facts you probably never knew. Fact 1. The Celtic origins of Halloween. Samhain. Long before pumpkins, candy, and costumes, there was Samhain. Over 2,000 years ago, the ancient Celts celebrated this night as the end of the harvest and the start of a new year. They believed that on October 31st, the barrier between the living and the dead grew thin enough for spirits to slip through. Some were harmless, the souls of loved ones returning home, but others weren't. To keep those darker spirits away, villagers lit massive bonfires on hilltops, burning crops and animal bones as offerings to ancient gods. People dressed in animal skins and grotesque masks, not for fun, but for survival, hoping the spirits would mistake them for their own. For the Celts, Halloween wasn't a party. It was a night of fire, fear, and faith, the most sacred night of the year. Fact 2. Trick-or-treating was originally a bribe for ghosts. Long before kids knocked on doors asking for candy, people knocked for something far darker. During the Middle Ages, Europeans believed that on All Hallows' Eve, the dead wandered the earth, hungry, restless, and easily angered. To keep the peace, families left out food and wine as offerings for spirits, hoping the ghosts would pass their homes without causing mischief. Over time, the living started taking part in this tradition. The poor would go souling, visiting houses, singing prayers for the dead in exchange for food, coins, or small cakes called soul cakes. In some places, children dressed as spirits themselves, carrying hollow turnips with candles inside, claiming they represented wandering souls. It wasn't called trick-or-treating yet, but the idea was already there. Give an offering or face a haunting. Fact 3. People used to carve turnips, not pumpkins. The iconic pumpkin, glowing, grinning, sitting proudly on porches every Halloween, wasn't always the star of the season. In fact, the first jack-o'-lanterns were far creepier and much smaller. Long before pumpkins, people in Ireland and Scotland carved turnips to ward off evil spirits. The tradition comes from an old Irish legend about a man named Stingy Jack, a trickster who outsmarted the devil himself. As the story goes, Jack invited the devil for a drink, then refused to pay. When the devil demanded his soul, Jack trapped him in a coin and only let him go after making him promise never to take Jack to hell. But when Jack died, heaven didn't want him either. So cursed to wander between worlds, he carved a turnip, placed a burning coal inside, and roamed the night, forever known as Jack of the Lantern. When Irish immigrants came to America, they found turnips rare, but pumpkins, bigger, softer, and easier to carve, were everywhere. And just like that, Jack's cursed delight became the smiling pumpkin face we know today. Fact 4. Black cats weren't always bad luck. Somewhere between superstition and survival, even cats couldn't escape the curse of Halloween. Today, black cats are symbols of bad luck, creatures people avoid, especially on October 31st. But once upon a time, they were sacred. In ancient Egypt, cats were believed to bring protection and prosperity. The goddess Bastet, half woman and half feline, was a guardian of the home. Killing a cat, any cat, was punishable by death. But centuries later, as Europe plunged into the Middle Ages, fear replaced reverence. Black cats became suspect. The church began linking them with witches, claiming they were their familiars, or even witches who had shapeshifted to walk unnoticed at night. During the witch hunts of the 15th and 16th centuries, thousands of cats were burned, drowned, or hunted, all in the name of faith and fear. Ironically, killing cats allowed rats to thrive, spreading the plague that wiped out millions. So maybe black cats weren't bad luck after all. Maybe they were the luck humans destroyed. Fact 5. People used to predict death on Halloween. Before candy and costumes, Halloween wasn't just about fear, it was about fate. To our ancestors, October 31st wasn't only when the dead could return, it was when the future could be seen. In the British Isles, people believed that during Samhain, the veil between worlds grew thin, not only for spirits, but for visions of what was yet to come. Some gathered in silence to perform strange rituals, lighting candles, baking dumb cakes, and waiting for signs from the beyond. Young women especially would spend Halloween night trying to glimpse their future husbands, staring into mirrors by candlelight, or peeling an apple in one continuous strip, believing the peel would fall in the shape of their lover's initials. But these games could turn darker. In Ireland and Scotland, people also believed that if you looked into the mirror and saw a skull behind you, it meant you'd die within the year. It was part superstition, part prophecy, and all about one thing: confronting the thin line between life and death before dawn erased it. Fact 6. Halloween was once banned in America. Today, Halloween is one of the biggest holidays in America, filled with candy, costumes, and chaos. But there was a time when it was forbidden. In the 1600s, early American settlers, especially the Puritans of New England, saw Halloween as satanic superstition. They banned anything connected to witchcraft, spirits, or fortune-telling. Even festivals, masks, and dancing were considered dangerous, gateways to the devil's influence. For them, October 31st wasn't a celebration of the dead. It was a night to stay inside and pray that the dead stayed buried. But Halloween refused to die. When Irish and Scottish immigrants arrived in the 1800s, they brought their Samhain traditions: bonfires, lanterns, and mischief. Slowly, those old customs began to merge with American life. The fire returned, the mask came back, and what was once forbidden became a national obsession. Ironically, the same country that tried to bury Halloween ended up making it bigger than ever. Fact 7. Vintage Halloween costumes were pure nightmare fuel. Think today's Halloween costumes are scary. Wait until you see what people used to wear a century ago. Before mass-produced costumes and cute cartoon masks, Halloween disguises were handmade nightmares. Early 1900s costumes weren't about candy or pop culture. They were about frightening the spirits that roamed on All Hallows Eve. People crafted masks from burlap, paper mache, animal bones, and wax. They weren't meant to look funny. They were meant to confuse the dead. Old photographs from that time look less like costume parties and more like lost scenes from a horror movie. Hollow eyes, stitched mouths, featureless faces, children standing motionless in fields. And remember, these weren't horror props. These were homemade family photos. Because 100 years ago, Halloween wasn't cute. It was a night to hide your face before something else decided to wear it. From spirits to selfies, Halloween masks have always hidden more than faces. The night that never died. From ancient bonfires to plastic pumpkins, Halloween has been reborn more times than the legends it tells. What started as a Celtic ritual to survive the dark became a night to celebrate it. We turned fear into fun, spirits into stories, masks into memories. But beneath the candy wrappers and fake blood, the same old truths still whisper that this night belongs to the in-between, to the firelight, the shadows, and the thin veil that still trembles when we laugh at fear. Because Halloween was never about the monsters out there. It was always about the ones we bring to life when the lights go out. So when you carve your pumpkin this year, maybe, just maybe, you're keeping an ancient promise alive. One night a year, when the past refuses to stay buried. If you enjoyed this journey into Halloween's strange past, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because history is full of ghosts, and we're just getting started.